All right, what up, dude? Welcome to the Hus-Band Show podcast. This is the playoff edition, baby, because we are fired up in this mother. I am your moderator, Perry.
And I'm Trouble T. Roy, as you see.
That's your boy Vince.
What up, though? This Big John handling it from Virginia. Let's go.
Yes, sir. We about to have a ball today. So, since we only got one person that's actually been able to take it to the top, the highest level in one sport, it's only one person in this pod that's been able to do it.
Yeah.
We got a question from John. John, hit him off and ask him what you wanted to ask him.
Well, since a lot of the talk that's been going around has been about the referees and things that's going to be, overseeing both playoff games today. So I had a question. I'm gonna throw it out to Troy. When referees come into the league, how are they treated? Are they treated like football players? Do they have to go through high school, then college, and then move on to the bigs? How does that work in that dynamic? Because I'm always wondered. You just show up as a referee. You did Pee Wee on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Sunday you're doing a playoff game. How does that work?
No. It's levels to it. So, in my case, man, my homeboy Sean, I'm just going to throw it right on out there. Sean Smith, what up, though? The home dog from the crib, straight Detroit, West Side.
Yes, sir.
Cody Comet. I don't know what else to throw in his resume, but hey, a good dude overall, right? So I know Sean started his journey, man. He was doing high school football as a ref. He was really good. Got promoted, started doing college. Did really well. Got the call to get into one of those NFL camps where they start training the referees. He did really well in that area. And before you knew it, he was on the team of referees, worked his way up. Now he's the head referee. And he will be refereeing the Kansas City game today in your neck of the woods. He's going to be right down there in Baltimore making sure the Chiefs pull that thing on out for us, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Because I always wondered how that dynamic worked, and just get a little bit of insight opens up a lot of understanding, especially when you see the same teams. It's just mostly, for the premier games, you know what I'm saying, for those big Sunday night, primetime games. I'm pretty sure they want to put the best of the best. And have your homeboy being able to rep this one down here, in the Baltimore area. Pretty sure that his ducks are in a row because they only gonna put the best to oversee something like that.
Yeah, so what they do, man, is you actually get graded. So they grade them throughout the season. If they have good calls, bad calls, you get graded. And the best crews are the ones that work the playoffs and the Super Bowl games.
Right.
So the referees that we get are going to be the best of the best. And a lot of times people say, the referee may cheat and slide games or whatever, but you got to put your faith in them being honest, good people. I know they do a huge background check on
That's
them.
what I was about to say. They send I heard they send FBI agents to their hometowns.
Yeah, they do some serious
this
background check on them dudes.
So this
they gotta
is crazy.
have, they got to be legit people because you can't be bought. You know what I mean?
Right.
They common people. Now the knock is the NFL don't employ them full time.
Okay.
So the downside is you do have a guy like Sean who has a career and he's a referee, right? So it doesn't mean that he doesn't take his refereeing very serious. It's just not, he does have another job. You know what I mean? So in most cases they're not full-time referees with the NFL, but that don't negate how good they are with doing the actual job.
Right.
So one of the craziest things is we trying to put this thing together, because we trying to go to the D and do this pod
Right.
for the draft. Talk to my homeboy. He's a lieutenant in charge of traffic, and he was like, traffic. When I say that, I mean as far as patrol cars and areas where they monitor traffic. And so I mean, shit like that's all they do is traffic, right? Straight up. So he was like, yeah, the NFL and FBI have already came in and took over.
Yeah.
Like it's already on.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
That was how it was here when we had the Super Bowl.
You have to implement all those safety precautions early because, in the times we live in now, it's always a fool trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
So you got to come in there and lock that shit down early and get the riffraff up out of there. They're going to clean up Detroit to make it look right in front of the cameras. You know how they do.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to realize too, man, gambling then got real big in NFL. They've actually backed and started sponsoring, a lot of these gambling sites. So you do have that sense of, is it on the up and up? Are they throwing games to help win bets or lose bets or whatever? So again, as a fan, you just gotta put your trust and your faith in that they're gonna do the right thing, and that they're not trying to cheat, but they're trying to make the game a little more exciting.
And I think they're trying to circumvent some of that stuff with most of the betting sites, the newer stuff. You bet on shit like, are they gonna have more than 15 yards passing?
Right,
Like
right.
like that kind of shit to try to combat.
And then you stop them from really trying to buy the players. You know what I mean? So now if it's a public thing, you know, it ain't so much of a secret. You ain't got as many people trying to cut into the players. I know when I played, man, they used to tell us before the season started, don't talk to no bookies, don't talk to anybody about gambling, don't be around no set, don't share anything about anybody being injured. You can't share none of that information because a lot of those bookies would take that, you know, to make profit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, if it would be in public, everybody got access to it.
Yeah.
So you can see the injury report. You know what I mean? You know what a guy's stats is. You know who went to practice this week. You know, so it's not as easy to just go buy that, you know, that secret information.
Right. So that's why they made such a big deal about Calvin his situation. You know, even though he wasn't betting on per se the Falcons, but
But they got a rule. You just can't gamble. You can't gamble at all.
can't
And that was more stupid than anything.
Yeah, you're a player, man. You can't put yourself in that situation.
That was so dumb.
That was dumb.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, it's funny though because I really got to some more insight about how they get these players for gambling, and I just learned. And Troy, again, you can probably give me a little bit better insight on this. That when they say when they get suspended for gambling, it's not a problem with them gambling. It's just the location of where they're placing the bet at.
Well,
So
no,
if you
it's a
place
problem.
If you place a bet on NFL property connected to their Wi-Fi or something of that nature, if you're making on the property, you can gamble anywhere, but you just can't gamble NFL property, and that's where these guys get dinged at.
Well, that's news to me. I don't really know that for sure. I thought that they couldn't actually gamble. Definitely not on football. I can't see them allowing them to gamble on games that they playing in.
Property.
So what about certain states?
Practice facilities, anything NFL work related, you can't place any bets. But if you're at home chilling outside of that, you can place bets, but you can't do it in any NFL dynamic. Practice facilities, on the road, anything team related,
I know
on
that.
the actual field or anything like that. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Wow.
So that's what's getting them jammed up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's what got J-Mo jammed up because he placed a bet on the practice facility.
Huh.
Well, I know some of my young Cyclone brothers got jammed up over the summer, man. The Cyclone Iowa State football program lost like 4 or 5 players. And in fact, one guy, man, and he wasn't a Cyclone. This kid, this is another story. But there was a kid. I
You
think
said
from
cyclone.
Kentucky.
I keep thinking you called this nigga psycho.
So
Now
Cyclone.
go ahead.
we had like 4 or 5 kids though that got caught,
Okay.
and they was placing bets on games, right? And as a student, I guess a student athlete, you definitely can't do that. But they also caught another dude, man, from LSU, I think is where he played in college. He ended up making it to the NFL. They tracked that this dude had placed like 8,900 bets while being a student at LSU.
Okay.
And a
He's
gang of
doing
them bets, he was under 21 years old.
Hey, I
Under
just
21?
pulled that up. Who you were talking about? You talking about Keyshawn Butte.
Kid placed 8,900 bets.
That's wild.
That's 24 bets a day while in college.
Keyshawn Butte, dog.
So
That's a lot of betting, bro.
That is. So he was making some bread.
They caught him because he had $5 million.
His username was Keyshawn Butte.
Butte.
Number 1
That was his username.
or number 9 or some shit.
So,
Government name.
so he wasn't even smart enough to use an alias.
No, and he put his actual number.
He used his number.
He used his name and his number.
Actual number. Keyshawn Butte 1.
One.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Nigga, that is Butte.
That is Butte. That is
Now he didn't get caught for
shit.
several years though. He actually made he in the NFL. He just now got caught.
What?
Yeah.
Just now got caught.
He had a gang of money in his account, and they like, wait a minute.
What
They
the
started
fuck?
tracking them bets all the way back to he was under 21. He placed 8,900 bets before he was 21 years old.
Okay.
Wait.
college.
What?
In the house.
Louisiana State Police are investigating a fraudulent online gaming account alleged to have been used by former LSU wide receiver Keyshawn Butte. Bet close to 9,000 times from April 26,
Nigga, wow.
2022
That's
to
wild.
May 2023. 17 of those bets were on NCAA football games.
Yeah. And he was actually winning, obviously.
Clearly.
Yep.
Clearly.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, look, we all know we all got dogs in the fight except for my boy Vince. Shout out
No
to
dog
Vince.
for me.
Rest in peace, Falcons. But how do you feel? How do you actually feel about your teams? Because Troy, you torn. You're split down the middle.
This ain't split.
Oh,
This
shit.
is home, right? This is where I grew up.
Okay.
This is where it all started. I had to, being a real fan, you have a lot of heartache dealing with Detroit. And I'm gonna keep it real, man. When they fired Caldwell, I was pissed off, and I vowed to quit messing with it.
Everybody was.
You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons I stopped being a true fan.
Yeah.
I became a Kansas City fan, man, because the people in Kansas City, it just make you love the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's the most friendly environment.
Yeah.
The game environment is the best you're ever gonna find in an NFL stadium. And it's just it's real good to root for a team that you see build and are winners.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm diehard, man. I'm a KC fan, so I'm hoping today we actually get a repeat of game 1.
Okay.
I hope the Lions pull their part, because I already know we're finna go knock the shit out of the Ravens.
All right, Brother Combs, what you got? Because I know what you got, but we do have another game besides the Lions.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's talk about game one.
Okay.
Being that being military, I travel a lot, so I tend to resonate with the teams of the states that I live in. And since now Virginia is my home, Virginia don't have a football team, so I support the Commanders and the Ravens also. I really support the Ravens because it reminds me of Baltimore. Reminds me of Detroit in many aspects.
Yeah.
So the greatness that Baltimore has, the way the organization treats their players down there, and also, not to no shade or anything like that, if they feel like us.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson feels like us. Not to throw any shade or take anything away from Patrick Mahomes and KC, but that doesn't feel like me. Something I can resonate to, and something I can see myself wholeheartedly support. I just hope it's a great game. And I would love for if my team wins to face Baltimore again, as well as have a repeat of game 1. And that'd be an amazing storybook line to write a season about. The first game of the year is Detroit and KC, and the last game of the year for the big championship be KC and Detroit also.
Yeah, that shit almost seemed kind of scripted, don't it?
Well, according to some players, it is.
What you say, Vince?
According to some players, it is scripted.
Yeah. But see, what people don't realize is, man, if you play the game, if you actually play the game, you know how hard it is to throw a game or do some scripted shit, because you got you got 10 more motherfuckers that's not feeling like you. Mm-hmm. They're not going into this thing because of for the same reasons you going into it for.
We got one motherfucker, man, I'm gonna keep it real, that came the closest, in my opinion, to ever trying to throw a fucking football game. It's a goddamn Tony. And if Legarius Tony's punk ass is in the game today, I swear I wish I could reach through the TV screen and smack the shit out of him. The first time we lost to Detroit, that punk motherfucker threw it. He knocked the ball up in the air for a touchdown on defense.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So now, see how you taking it? So you can't tell me this shit is scripted with all these other men that have other shit on the line.
Because I know if I was in the locker room with that dude, I would be ready to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
You done cost us multiple games because you missing passes and bullshit. That's why his ass been inactive for the last multiple weeks. You notice his ass ain't been playing. Ain't nothing wrong with that motherfucker. He cut. That's what's wrong with him. He cut. His ass is out of there.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, hold on. We gotta get Vince. He ain't got a dog in the fight. Who? What you got? Who you rolling with and what you got? Because Atlanta is a winning team. Now let's not get it twisted.
Okay, but Atlanta is my hometown, but that's actually my second team. My first team is still Tennessee.
All right.
Yeah, they used to be our shit. Cousin Steve McNair, Eric McNair. We almost died when McNair died.
Yeah.
Nigga, we died a little bit.
Yeah. So I still been rocking with him.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry, that was my guy.
Yeah.
I just don't like the way it's turned out. They got rid of most of all the good players.
Yeah.
AJ Brown gone. Most of the defensive guys are gone. Yeah. And Derrick is gone too. He just ain't gone.
He just ain't left the building.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, he done. That was his last game.
And then you turn around and let Vrabel go.
Yeah. So
that shit right there was fucking bananas.
Yeah.
You gutted his offense, and then you gonna let him go when he can't.
But you gotta look at the behind the scenes in Tennessee, man. See, Tennessee just got this big ass millage pass for the taxes, right?
Yeah.
They getting ready to build a brand new stadium.
And they need it.
Yeah, they do.
They finna build a whole new entertainment district, man. Some crazy shit they
That
did.
shit is nice.
Okay.
And so the owner had to go to the public to get some of that money.
Yeah.
The public ain't trying to hear this losing shit.
The public didn't want to pay it.
Exactly, because they ain't shit.
Right.
So in order for them to start figuring out, okay, we're gonna get some of this public money. They got to get some new stars.
Yeah, they do.
So they got to go get some young, new stars,
Yeah.
a new widget over here to dangle.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do that. That's why they got to get rid of Henry. You know, they got to get some young blood back in the backfield. The quarterback situation gonna change. You know, it's gonna
And
get
that's the
different.
business. That's the business. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a
So
business.
we'll get it.
Not for long.
I
That's what
did
that shit
tell my
stand for.
wife that, you know, if the Falcons were to get a good coach and build a fucking good staff, I'll come back. You see what I'm saying? The problem is, when I was a kid, I was a Falcons fan until I saw this dude named Earl Campbell run the football,
Woo, look.
which flipped me to Houston.
That's what flipped me.
Because I realized at a young age they were not committed to winning. How can you let all these superstars
I
come
had
and go
so
through
much
this city?
Tennessee shit. Well, I had Oilers shit. I was an Oilers fan.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Dude, that was a gritty ass, rough and tumble ass fucking team, dude. I was as a young kid attracted to that shit. I was like, I like the way they play fucking football. And then when they went to Tennessee, well, when they drafted McNair, he was an Oiler.
He was an Oiler.
Yeah, he was Oiler.
Yeah.
Mark Robb, one of my teammates in college was on that team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Robb. He's, matter of fact, Mark Robb's still in the
team.
league. He's still coaching. He with the Saints.
Okay.
That's all the job he ever done, man. This dude came out of college, got drafted by the Oilers, played 13 seasons in the league, and then became a coach right away. So he's somewhere in about 35 years.
Yeah.
You know, in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere in that area, over 32.
Okay.
You know, in that area, man, that he been in the NFL as a coach, as a player and a coach.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I started rocking with Tennessee, man. When they drafted Mark Robb, you know what I mean, that became my squad.
Yeah.
Him and Blaine Bishop back there, man, they was the shit.
They was, man.
And Tennessee should have won that Super Bowl.
They
If Mark Robb don't break his leg,
Man,
the
that
week
broke
before,
my heart.
Mark Robb broke his leg the week before against Jacksonville, and Anthony Tony Dorsett's son had to play free safety that day.
Yeah.
And he the one that cost him the game, man. They was just bombing his ass.
You know that Super Bowl was played here.
Yeah.
It was here. I was down there, bro. I wasn't in the game, but I was down there. You know what I mean? I'm like, we got this shit. I never liked St. Louis. I never liked them.
There's another team, man, feel like us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Feel like us.
I
Yeah.
can rock out with
Right.
that Tennessee
You
squad.
gotta feel it.
All right, so we got a hot question. Let's knock a couple out right quick. So we got
Hold on. Let me get them up.
we got a couple questions that were actually sent to us. Female have asked these. Well, should I say? Can you still say
Did we
female?
get any questions about the damn ghost coming out of the ground in Miami, man?
Hey, people were talking about it.
They ain't got no answers for that shit. What you got, bitch?
Okay, so what I did was I kind of threw out a little poll, or what? Not necessarily a poll. I just asked a
You
few
threw your
folks.
poll out, huh?
I kept the poll in. But I asked a few questions of a few friends that they would like to have answered by men, whether it be married, single, whatever. So I've got some good responses. I'm just gonna drop this one first, okay? Okay, so she asked, considering this current generation, does the Institute of Marriage have a future? If so, what does it look like?
Brother Combs hit it.
Does the Institute of Marriage have a future? That's a good question. And from my perspective, I think the idea and the original thought process behind marriage is diminishing, right? It's like a lot of the new generation, they rather just shack up, things of that nature, live like that. You know, it isn't like the marriage, the foundation of marriage is just diminishing with the way society is as a whole. You know, it's just a lot of things are just, you know, no pun intended, touchy-feely in the dynamic of what the world is right now and the way society is right now. And I think that same thing, you know, with marriage, and I think, you know, people, young adults having children, a lot of that stuff is starting to fade away. I think that married lifestyle, man, has become a thing of the past. That's from my opinion.
Brother Troy, how you looking at it?
I don't
What
know.
lens you see it through?
I think it is diminishing. I do think it is definitely diminishing to a point. There's some diminishment, no doubt. But I don't think it's going to get to a point where that it doesn't exist. I think we have a dynamic now with this age group where there's just so many options, right? And society has made it easy and comfortable to be a part of divorce and to be single, right? And it's also made it, you know, fashionable to not need or not have a desire for a partner, right? Because you hear that shit all the time. I don't need nobody. I don't, you know. So I think we're in a rut, so to speak, because we have a mindset of a bunch of people that figured out that they can do it differently. I think that's going to change after a while, though, because I think after they get a little older, they realize that there's more to a partnership than just a piece of paper, so to speak, in marriage. You know, as you start to get older, you think about being alone in your older age. You think about the things that you could have built together, you know, along the way. You know, for an example, when you talk about our largest transport or transfer of wealth, you know, being insurance and real estate, neither of which we do well as a community, right? When you talk about that portion, when you look at a younger family or a younger couple that start off at that 30-year mortgage, you know, in their 20s, when they get to be, you know, late 40s and early 50s, the house is paid for, right? And that becomes a huge asset, you know, that can set life for them. Whereas if you don't create that start until you're 35 or 40, right, now you're 65 or 70 before you actually get a chance to get that freedom. So I think that there is some loss in that piece, because you don't start as early building those things. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with insurance. You know, it's harder. You don't have as much insurance singly as you would as a family. Right?
And I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, because I don't think it's a lost, and I think we can, you know, bounce back from this thing. But just like you said, if you got the real estate and you got the life insurance, that's a catalyst. That's what a lot of families use to build their wealth. But if we don't instill the shit in the kids that they need to have, we leave them all this property, all this money, and what they do, they just go out and get lit with it. So all you're doing, you setting everybody back. That's another generation you're setting back, because you weren't fiscally responsible for what you were left with.
Right. Okay, but I don't know. I think. Okay, so as far as with the kids, like when we were young, nobody really told us that was a part of the marriage. Those benefits came along with it. You know, we were told, you know, stay out of grown folks' business, basically. And I think this younger generation understands that a little better than we do. You know, the benefits of being a couple. And like you said a minute ago, like even with insurance or whatever. But I think the institution is growing. I think it's shrinking, but it's expanding at the same time, because now they're allowing same-sex marriage. You see what I'm saying? So whereas people were together, felt like they were married, you know what I mean? Now they can legally be married. You see what I'm saying? And experience some of those benefits of being a married couple. You know. So,
and the crazy part about that, just one more thing on that. People like to talk shit about these same-sex couples, but they're creating some of the better family dynamics out this bitch. And that's what's crazy. That's what stability and finances and shit like that. Because we know they get to the money.
Oh yeah. More stability.
I think we just got to figure out, first off, man, they got to get past the breakup stage. You know, and that's the shit that lasts throughout your marriage. Because you always have that
and it's going to be a stage, an actual break. Bro, that's good. Right. An actual breakup phase in your, because it happens. That shit is real. Now that's
a lot of them don't make it past that.
That's
because it's so easy to be like, you know what, fuck that, I'm out. Right? It's just, that's the norm.
It is a phase, bro. That was good. Yeah, I like that.
But
see, this professional husbands talking shit. This is what you get with professional husbands. Get to fucking talking.
Well, see, once they get past that, man, once they get past that stage.
What we doing here, it makes it easier, because we're learning different ways and different approaches from each other.
That's right.
Trying to share information. What he just said was freaking great.
That was good.
A whole different perspective.
There's going to be a phase where you motherfuckers are not going to like each other.
Never thought of it from that perspective.
Never. In all these years I've been married, that was a good one.
That was a good
The
one.
bottom line, the reality is, man, once you get past that, you really see you see shit different. You're like, wait a minute, man, hold on.
We was tripping on this.
You know what? Because I look back right now, like I said, I've been married 28 years. Man, year 1 and 2, you could not tell me that I had my mindset of having a night to hang at the club, having a night to kick it doing this, having a night. Like, that shit was my mindset. Right? My wife didn't like that shit at all.
Man.
And we was in the breakup stage a lot of times over that dumb ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I look back and be like, what kind of shit was that? You just take you to be a little bit older. You got to get through the phase so you can actually look back.
Right. You got to
But
mature.
if you give up,
you have to mature. And the key is to mature together.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Because I know women try to act like, or they think that they're so much smarter, so much further along than we are, but in our actuality, they're not.
They're still trying to wrap their minds around accountability.
Right.
I don't give a damn what nobody says. Women are still trying to wrap their minds around accountability. And they don't think that shit applies to them. They don't?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's the thing that the young men got to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the pushback that, you know, I know for me, I struggle with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I oftentimes feel like, man, you know, I had a mama. I didn't marry you to tell me what the fuck to do.
Right.
You know what I'm
And the
saying?
thing is, it's a way to get your mate to do what you want them to do without sounding like a parent. You see what I'm saying?
It's like you ain't gotta just tell me constantly everything that I do wrong. I don't want to hear that shit.
Right. Right.
And that's what
I
makes
know
me
what
be
I'm
like I'm out.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
makes me be like, man, I'm out of here. I ain't dealing with this shit. I'm
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because as they get older, they're like, you know, that's just how she is. She gonna talk that, and then you just listen to the shit. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever.
And just let it ride.
You know what I'm saying? But early on, that could be a struggle.
It can. And then look, you toss that away. And 5 years down the line, you run back into them, and they prosperous as hell. They doing great. You know what I mean? You like, what the fuck did I throw away?
Left your monkey ass at the dust. You got another one over there. We got one more. Because look, everybody got some shit to do today. We trying to get this shit off because Troy got 2 games he got to watch.
Man.
Got to watch. I got 1 game I got to watch.
Troy about to be twisted starting at 3 p.m.
Tell me, hey man, look here. Hey man, it's too early to partake of some of the devil's spirits right this second.
Yeah. Hey.
But I will tell your ass here shortly. It won't be long.
Hey, when that rooster crow, bro, that's when it's time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so one more question for this week. Okay, I have another friend asked, how do you say you are no longer sexually satisfied
Jesus
in the
Christ.
marriage?
Boy.
How do you say it?
Yeah.
Brother Combs, you got to go first.
How do you say
Well, you don't know. You're. Well, hold on. Let's hold on. You're not even in this stage yet because you still in the newlywed.
But he was married before.
Okay. All right.
But he was married before.
Hit me one more time.
Okay. What did it say? What was
Okay,
it?
how do you say you are no longer sexually satisfied in the marriage?
How do you say you're no longer sexually satisfied in the marriage? That's a tough one. To number one, because you have to be cognizant of other cultures' receptive barriers as far as how you say
Yeah,
it.
and you might not just be the only one that's not satisfied. So
Right.
watch your fucking tone. But go ahead.
Exactly. So it's going to be how you deliver that statement to your mate. You know, tell them that you're not sexually satisfied. You know, in my vision, it will be hits as far as do we try something different or let's do some role playing, give different ideas and give pointers without being an asshole. You see what I'm saying? So my way of telling my mate I'm not sexually satisfied is to try different things and myself do different things to try to fulfill the void that I might feel like myself is missing. Outside of just being a dick and telling them, hey, outside being those words, if you use those words directly, it's going to cause a rift. So myself, I would try to do different things, bring toys into the equation, or
Spice it up.
not bring another person to the equation, but try to spice that shit up in a different way. See what I can do from my perspective to open up different avenues to the other person can be like, hey, you know what, yada yada yada. But that's my perspective.
Right.
Brother Chore?
Well, I go with spice it up, but you also got to realize, again, as you are married for how many ever amount of years, as it starts to become a longer marriage, sex ain't gonna be as often as exciting,
There you go.
as it used to be, right? So I can understand being unsatisfied because there's gonna be some wham bam, 5, 2 minute, 3 minute type of shit.
Sure.
And there's gonna be some nights where it's gonna be romantic and all of that too.
Right.
So I guess the only way to say it is just say what you mean, you know what I mean, and hope that y'all can come to well maybe, a couple times out the week it might be a quickie, but then on the weekend we have an opportunity to to really go and get down or something. I don't know, but you just have to communicate that.
Yeah.
But you got to go into the shit realistically, knowing that you ain't about to just be blasting that shit out every night.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen.
Just knocking it down.
That ain't about
And
that.
maybe I come to knock it down.
Hey, after the first few years, you ain't knocking shit down. No more.
Nah, let's keep it a
I mean,
G.
what you gonna do different that you ain't already done?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, so hold on. This is me. So
Now the other thing I forgot, one of
go
the
ahead, go.
most important part that I was getting to first, and I was kind of went past it. Oftentimes, as men, we forget that sex for us is physical.
Right.
and for them, it's emotional.
There you go.
Not
Right.
only physical, visual.
There you go.
Yeah, but for them, it's emotional, right?
Yeah.
So while we, want to just get some whatever real quick, they still remembering the shit you didn't do 2 days ago.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that connection ain't there right
Ain't
away.
there. Yep.
So that ain't gonna be good sex.
Right.
That's gonna be I'm just tired of your ass, whatever.
The
So
bank
that
account
shit gonna happen.
$500 short. Like they think about shit like that.
That shit
man.
gonna
I'm trying to
happen.
tell motherfuckers they care about shit like
They
that.
do. Even though I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you this wood. Now, what I was saying in that aspect, man, is like, okay, so I'm big on let's use toys, let's do whatever. That's my shit. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Make me a star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't make
Right.
me come off like a rock star. I don't give a fuck. But you gotta realize, man, even say you want it every day, every other day and shit like that. Of course we know women don't rock like that.
No.
They don't.
We know that shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta wait until she's ready. And that's hard for us. Because nigga, like you said, we're physical.
Right.
We're visual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta wait for her to be in that damn state, and that's a pain in the ass.
It is.
Now I've said stupid shit like, "Well, you can't do it. I'm gonna get you some help, or I'm gonna find you." That little boy shit.
Little boy
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? That's all that is. and
Yeah.
shit. So I think, man, that when things start slacking, you actually just really gotta have that hard conversation. Be like, "What do you want to introduce? What would you like to do?
Right.
Is it something I need to do to keep you stimulated and that? Because they change as they get older, man.
Yeah.
That shit is not important to them.
No.
Yeah.
And we got to realize that. And I'm still realizing.
We do. We do. But then with that change, you can take care of yourself too.
That's true, but damn, I get tired of
I mean, I
slapping
understand
that
that.
rascal around, man. I
understand
need
that.
them draws.
I understand that. But like if like as an older male,
Okay.
now I'm a little more mature, a little bit. I ain't much more, a little more mature.
Hold on, baby.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm trying. I think the right approach for me, because we've had the conversations, and most of the time those conversations go left. Because I'm probably going to say some stupid shit, or I'm not going to like what she says. So I say just write the shit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Write the shit
Like
down.
the girl said.
Yeah, like she said, like, just write it down, give it to her. You can give it to her on the way out the door so she can read it when you're gone.
There you go.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully by the time, some point during the day, she's going to realize what the fuck you were trying to say. And then y'all can actually have a conversation. But to break that ice, I think you should just write the shit down.
Okay.
Leave her a little note.
Yeah,
You got to communicate, period. Bottom line is you got to communicate.
Yeah, communicate. It all boiled down to that every
As long
fucking
as you
time.
communicate the
Every
shit, y'all
fucking
figure it
time.
out.
All right, man. Look, we're gonna have to wrap this up, because Vince got some shit to do. Troy got to get ready to get lit. I got to get ready to get slitched. brother Combs, what you planning on doing?
Hey man, it's funny though, because the wife right now, for her job, she in Kansas City.
Ain't this a
Right now for
bitch?
another week. Yeah, she in Kansas City for 2 weeks for her job.
Yeah.
There's a big trial down there, so she got to go down to Kansas City. So she's down there right now. So
Tell her send you some of them
so
gates,
sit down
boy.
with the dogs and watch the game. You see what I'm saying? That's all I
Alright,
can do right
alright,
now. Me and the puppies.
Yes, sir. All right, so
Hey, Combs, do you eat pork, man?
Combs.
No, I don't eat pork.
Well, they got beef, man, too. So tell your wife to get you a Gates slab. They can freezer wrap it and send it on back with her. You got to get you some Gates barbecue.
Gates barbecue.
You got to have some Gates sauce. You got to get you got to get your bottle of Gates barbecue sauce. And I would tell you to go and get you a slab of them beef ribs, because the beef on bun ain't gonna make it back. But you get you a slab of them beef ribs, you can freeze it. And I'm telling you now, man, that Gates sauce, I don't know what the hell Ollie Gates did with that barbecue sauce.
But he did it.
But you can't go to Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas for that matter. But you can't go to Kansas City, period,
Yeah.
without going to Gates and Arthur Bryant's. You go to Arthur Bryant's and get you the meat. You go to Gates and get that sauce, man.
All right, Vince. So give us, who's going to the Super Bowl, Vince? Give us your two teams.
I'm saying the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions.
Holy shit. Troy, who you got? Come on, man.
I can't believe Vince just said
I'm saying, man, it's got to go down that way, brother.
This is where I'm leaning, man. I'm going to tell you this. KC for damn sure in.
Okay.
The Lions, it would be good shit for them to make it.
Mm-hmm.
There's only two things going to stop them today.
What's that?
They coach taking gambles,
Gambler. Then this ain't
and golf, just not freaking out. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Taking
he
the
been there
first
before.
wave of pressure
He
and
been there.
holding that shit down. They favorite 7 points, man. I mean, they giving them 7.5 points actually. If they can't, they go cover at least. But I believe they can win.
I think they can. I think if they stop Christian McCaffrey,
They're gonna fuck Chris McCaffrey up. He ain't.
Bro,
He under 50 yards.
let me tell you something. Them motherfuckers knocking motherfuckers out. They hit.
They
Them
hit.
boys hit.
They're not gonna let him run the ball over
Yeah.
them like
and
that.
that's how
Man.
you're gonna have to beat San Fran. You gotta hit their ass in the mouth.
And
early.
Brock Purdy a cyclone. So again, I'm torn because he's a cyclone kid. You know what I mean? We brothers in that.
You know what though? He's the one I'm worried about freezing up.
Yeah, well, he do
Because
that
you know
shit
Goff
every
been
time.
there. He been there.
Yeah, he has been to the Super Bowl. And
Right.
today it's gonna be nice and sunny.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
gonna
why
be
I'm
a nice
also
ass
leaning
day.
with
Yeah.
Detroit. It's gonna be nice and sunny. We ain't got no wind, no wet balls.
Yeah.
Goff's hands ain't gonna be no
Balls.
problem.
Yeah.
You know, I think if Detroit can run the ball, if David Montgomery have more than 15 carries, if the Lions run the ball 20 plus times, that will help their defense first of all.
Don't let Gibbs get loose too now.
Now he will, but if they just pound the ball at least 20 rushes,
Smash mouth.
they keep that defense on the sideline.
Yeah.
Because San Fran is going to exploit their defense.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what? I wish we could have a fucking alternative universe where Calvin Johnson can suit up one more time.
Man, yeah. He's supposed to be in the Super Bowl.
He's supposed
Bro,
to be, man.
this supposed to be his time.
Yeah.
Like, this should be the last year of his contract, and he should be going to the fucking Super Bowl with the fucking Lions, bro.
I'm just saying. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of players you would like to see do it, but they old. Calvin, I think, can still do it.
He left early.
But he ain't in no football shit.
No, he ain't in football,
Nah,
sir.
that's
No.
true.
Nah.
He said we.
Brother Combs, who you got? What dog you got in this fight? What dogs you got in
Right
this
there with
fight?
the oxygen.
I would love for it to be Baltimore and Detroit. I would love for it to be Baltimore and Detroit. Just, of course, it's just more of a number one from a hometown thing, being from Detroit, born and raised, and also from a culture thing. I would love to see Lamar Jackson get one.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they have to get through everything, even though Kansas City's coming to Baltimore, they're the reigning champions for a reason, so things have to go through KC regardless. So if KC come with what they've been playing, they just have to deal with that Baltimore defense. I've been to the Baltimore Stadium before, and this is very, very difficult to win there. Very, very difficult to win there.
I'm gonna throw you away with one quick fact, one quick stat for you, Combs.
Yeah.
The last 3 times Baltimore's played football in the rain at home, they've gone to overtime all 3 times. 2 of those games they've lost.
Okay.
Both of which were to teams that didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Today it's gonna be raining.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
wet.
it's raining right now.
It's raining now.
Lamar Jackson historically plays horrible
In the playoffs.
in the playoffs and the rain.
Right.
Today, Kansas City Chiefs, they finna put some shit on Lamar, man. Lamar, if the bookies think Lamar finna run 69, 70 yards rushing, that shit over with. Watch what I tell y'all, man. 24-21 KC.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I like that.
I like that. I'm going Baltimore, Detroit, Super Bowl, baby.
Hey, man, I want to see.
I'm just saying. I'm like Bubba Dub. Everybody else is trash. I don't care about none of it.
None of it.
If it ain't Baltimore and Detroit, it's trash.
Trash.
Right.
Garbage.
I think the Lions gonna do it, man. You can say, you just being a homer. Okay. But bruh, they got something, they got a fire in them I have not seen in a fucking team in the NFL in
Right.
a long fucking hiccup, Troy. What, Troy?
I got another fact for you. The very last time the Lions made it to not the last time, but the last time the Lions had an opportunity to really make it to the Super Bowl,
Okay.
it was the Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. I want
Yeah.
to tell you it was like 1981 or somewhere, early 80s.
Yeah.
The Lions drove the final drive all the way down the field to win that bitch.
Okay.
Our kicker gets up, missed the shit wide right.
Okay.
San Francisco goes on win the Super Bowl. The very next year, we trade that sorry motherfucker to the Raiders, and he go win the Super
He
Bowl.
gonna win the Super Bowl. I found out some shit the other day. So it's a curse. One
Man,
of the old school quarterbacks.
who you talking about? Goddamn,
Hold on, I saw
you
it.
ain't talking about Hipple. You talking about Eric Hipple?
I think it is.
Was it Eric Hipple? There's some curse about
It's
Eric.
a curse. They
Yeah,
traded him because he
yeah.
kept getting in trouble and he.
No, it wasn't Eric Hipple because he kept getting knocked the fuck out. They didn't
Well,
block for Eric Hipple. He was
that'll
getting
get you in
cheated.
trouble too.
It will.
The Lions really, the last time they had a good team, when Barry played against Washington, right before the AFC Championship game, I think they had an opportunity. They should have beat Washington that day, but Washington just blew their ass off the field. Like he wasn't even
We're
close.
gonna start calling Troy Stat Daddy.
Man, I'm a football
That
fan,
motherfucker,
man.
every time you come in with something, he got a stat.
I'm a
I got a
football
little stat
fan,
for
man.
you.
Bobby Lane.
That's one thing
Who?
I learned.
Bobby Lane.
Bobby Lane?
Oh man, Bobby Lane, that shit was in the
Curse
sixth.
Bobby Lane.
So you know that curse hip, Combs?
Yeah, I know the first Bobby Lane.
I thought it was some shit with Eric
Be our
Hipper.
quarterback. Bobby Lane used to be our quarterback back in the
And we ain't won a championship since they traded.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and he was out of pocket. He
Yeah.
would get drunk, he would
Yeah.
get arrested, he'd come to
My kind of quarterback. I like that.
I forgot about that story.
Yeah, got squashed in between the Cleveland Browns one time and broke his leg, and they benched him, so they put our backup quarterback in. Backup quarterback in, came in, took us to a championship, this, that, and the third. Then Bobby Lane, they cut Bobby Lane that season after, and they said that the Lions will never win anything for the next 50 years.
And we ain't won shit
That's what he said.
They got them Stat Daddy too.
since. And we ain't won
Goddamn.
shit since.
What y'all gonna do if Matt Millen walk in the building?
Man, fuck that bitch ass. Man, it's up and it's stuck. It's up and it's stuck. Cause fuck him. Fuck him, bro.
He need the shit, he need the absolute
Fuck
dog
him.
shit slapped out of him.
Yeah, man.
By like a dude with some goddamn brand
Yeah, he fucked over the city. He fucked over the city.
They paid him to do it.
Yeah, they
Nah,
did.
They gave him all that money to come in there and
Paid
destroy
him
the team.
handsomely.
They paid
People's
him.
money up, bitch ass boy. I don't like that motherfucker.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, man. But look, we got shit to do today. We got games to watch. So we're going to catch y'all on the next Flex. I'm Perry.
I'm Trouble T. Rock out.
It's your boy Vince. Look at him. He over there flexing.
Rock out.
This is Big John in the place. So,
Yes, sir. We holla at y'all. Peace.
Peace.